World's richest cities, thousands of people are queuing for free food. This is in Geneva, and joining us live from Switzerland is Christine Benedicto. Hello, Christine.
Hello, Alma. Thank you for having me.
And thank you for being in the program. What are your updates from Geneva, from Switzerland?
So here's the update from Switzerland. The total number of confirmed cases in Switzerland and the Principality of Liechtenstein as of this morning is 30,761, with 1,648 fatalities. So far, the Federal Office of Public Health states that 372,000 tests have been carried out and only 15 new confirmed cases have been added in the past 24 hours. So there's indeed a clear decline in the number of new infections compared to when Switzerland was at the peak of the crisis. Now, as we know, COVID-19 has forced governments not only to put in place precautionary measures to ensure the safety of their population, but also ways in order to help the economy. And Switzerland was very quick indeed to act on this and has put more than 60 billion Swiss francs. That's approximately 61 billion US dollars, depending on the current exchange rate, to carry out different measures. And some of these include facilitating credits for small to medium-sized companies and compensation for loss of income for people unable to work if, for example, they've been put into quarantine for preventive purposes, and for self-employed people whose livelihood has been impacted by the preventive measures imposed by the government. In the recent weeks, however, as you have mentioned, Alma, the reality has come to light that even in a rich country like Switzerland, financial insecurity also exists. And the COVID-19 crisis has exposed its magnitude to some extent. In Geneva, for example, there have been weekly food distributions in the recent weeks. So there are people in need, as seen in the growing number of people lining up every week to receive food parcels. Last weekend, no less than 2,900 people came to a food distribution. That's approximately 600 more compared to last week. And these people didn't mind having to queue for hours, many arriving even in advance before the distribution even started. And statistics show that close to half of those who queue to receive food aid are women, and mostly migrants who do not have legal status in the country or in the city, nor easy access to proper housing, food, and healthcare. So this food aid is made possible thanks to the work of different associations and NGOs, and of course the city of Geneva, but also thanks to private donors. And for last weekend's food distribution, there were close to 900 donors, hundreds of whom were anonymous. So the current situation shows indeed that the COVID-19 crisis has had an impact on the lives and economic situation of people, but also it also demonstrates that many do care and do what they can do to help. And further, another collection actually of food and hygiene products is organized this Friday in order to prepare for future distributions. Aside from this, Switzerland is still on the second phase of its ease measures against COVID-19. The authorities will confirm this week the new measures being lifted on June 8th, which is planned to be the third and final phase. In the meantime, so primary school students have gone back to the normal schedule, and stores and restaurants have been open already for 2 weeks now. And starting this weekend, religious services can also resume under a list of specific conditions that they have to follow. So in general, the rhythm of life is therefore a bit faster now compared to mid-March, when the lockdown started. But of course, strict hygiene rules still apply everywhere. So that's the update from Switzerland.
All right. So did you mention about the microfinancing for small businesses? How's the government helping small businesses get back on their feet?
Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, so the government is providing financial aid. So in terms of that financial aid being given to small to medium-sized companies, one of the measures consists of the government providing cash or liquidity relief. So for companies in need because of the consequences of the virus, they can seek credit from the banks quickly, systematically, and also with really minimum bureaucracy through an online application form. So basically, The government serves as a guarantor. That's why credit applications are simplified. So concerned companies can ask credit for up to 10% of their annual turnover, and the process is even more simplified if the amount that is requested is less than 500,000 Swiss francs. So payable in 5 years, the credit is given at zero interest rate for amounts less than 500,000 Swiss francs.
All right. Thank you very much, Christine, for your updates. Thank you, EBC Switzerland Bureau.
Thank you for having me. I'm Christine Benedicto from Geneva, Switzerland, reporting for Eagle News International. We live in interesting times.